Hi and welcome to another class on how to play guitar without learning the theory part of it. Alright, today I'm going to talk to you about how we can play a bar chord without using the bar finger. Alright, so sometimes it is difficult for us to clamp all the strings down at the same time using your index finger. Alright, so I am not able to do that because my fingers are short. Alright, so people who have long fingers will help them, but if you want to, there is a simple way that you can do that. Alright, let's take the F, the G and the A. These are three chords that we're going to play. So this is how the bar chord will look for an F and a G and an A. So I'm going to remove this index finger, and this is how we're going to do it in a simple form. So you're going to play just like how you play the C chord. So you play the F. Now the trick is when you play the bar chord, your thumb comes into play. Alright, your thumb substitutes your pointer from holding the top two strings, that is the 6th and the 5th string. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm holding the F chord just like the way I hold a C. So if this is a C, I'm just dropping this. If you can see my fingers, I'm keeping this where it is, the pointer on the 2nd string, 1st fret. Okay, and the C chord, which is the 5th and the 4th string, I'm just going to drop that down by one string on the same fret. So we are still on the 1st, 2nd and 3rd fret holding the chord. I am not playing the 1st string, which is an open string right now. If you're playing an F chord, you got to block that down with this pointer having these two fingers, right? So since I'm now using one finger here, I'm holding these two strings down. I'm not going to play the 1st string. So that's going to be a damp. This is what you'll hear, because the lobe of my index finger is going to touch that and not let it sound. But you will hear this sound. Alright? And my thumb is going to play the top string, which is the 6th string, on the 1st fret. Okay, so I have, this is my F. So instead of using this, I'm using my thumb. So this is one simple method. Again, if you're going to use the G chord, just bring that down. And the A as well. So some of us play the F chord using all the 4 fingers. That is your pointer, middle, index and ring. Okay, you make it like a step, just like this. Yeah. So you shift it down 2 frets and that's your G. Now I don't play this string if I'm not holding it with my thumb. Alright, so just imagine you are gripping something, or you're holding a can or something in your hand. Alright, so that's the same position you're going to hold the 1st string and the 6th string. That's going to be your G note. If you move it 2, that's your A. That's your F. So what I'm doing is just holding the F like a normal F chord, and I'm going to bring my thumb down. Now an easier way to play it is playing it like a pattern called a D pattern, which is like the D shape. If this is a D, you go to a high octave and you move it down. D, D sharp, E, and you have an F. So that's your shortcut to play an F if you can't play the bar. Just move down. So if I'm playing, for example, C, F, G, this is a C, and this is a bar F. The bar F with a thumb. No difference. I'm going to swap it now with a high octave. So that's a C, high octave F, and a high octave G. So if I'm playing a C, that's what I will do. And if you're playing a G, I will use a G. People use this simple open G, which is simple, not actually an open G, but a couple of strings, 3 strings open here. Okay, which is an easy way to play a G. But if you're going to play down on the 5th, Again, I'm going to move it here and play it on the 7th fret like a D. The same D shape is moved. So all you have to remember is, if you have one position here that you can play comfortably, use the same position and move it down. So you have a D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and back to C. So you will have 12 chords there itself, and you will cover the guitar. Right, so if you're playing a G will start somewhere here on the 7th fret. And then you have an A. So you have a G, you have an A, and you need to play a D. So a D is just like playing an A here. The same A shape, you move down to the 7th fret, and that's your D. So I'm playing one finger all these 4 strings. And if you want to play a D7, you just put your finger on the 10th fret, sorry, the 8th fret, 1st string. That's your A7, the D7. Same D7 is down on the first 2 frets. Yeah. So let's see that once again. This is an F with the thumb using as a bar. Alright, this is an F with the bar, barring all these strings. Then you have a G. You can also move the F down to a high octave, which is the 5th fret, 5th and 6th fret. Same position as a D. You move down, D sharp, E. There's no E sharp, so there's an F, there's an F sharp, and there's a G. Okay, so if you're playing the F, it is on the 5th and 6th fret. If you're playing a G, it is 2 after that. If you're playing an A, it is after that.